Ah, welcome to episode 11 of our Pathfinder campaign, an Undead Armada, where landings at the docks by an evil wizard and several undead, as well as boatloads of zombies, have darkened the skies above the city of Bellephonix. Having recently taken down a few of their advance party in the sewers before they could reach a critical mass, our heroes have emerged to find the situation turning quite dire. As you stand there in the streets, people flee to leave the city or reach their homes, or some even taking up what arms and armour they can find and scavenge up to try and defend the place that they call home. You see squads of zombies and skeletons with simple weapons heading out from the docks and up the steep staircase towards the city. At the docks stands the evil wizard who seems to be casting ongoing rituals, guarded by a imposing undead figure in pitch black armour.
Why can't I find the channel? Why is it not? No.
I had to once I could brought up, I had to go refresh it.
I've been doing that like twice now. It's just not doing it. Why not show me what I want to see?
We're under attack, guys.
Just waiting on Cookie to get back.
There's evil zombies everywhere.
Why can't I find it?
I think we should go to the tavern and grab a pint.
Wait for all this to blow over.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Loot some dead bodies when it's done, you know. Be ready for a fight if they enter the tavern. I'll throw the bar wench at 'em.
Welcome back, Cookie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, world.
Hello.
Hello, world.
Hello, Starshine. The world says good morning.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
So,
Hello,
as
world.
I told the others, we're just entering episode 11, Undead Armada, which has landed in the city of Bellephonix, down at the docks, releasing boatloads of undead skeletons and zombies, as well as a wizard who is casting ongoing rituals, including turning the sky dark with purple clouds rippling with green lightning,
Can I punch him in the kidney with a spell?
and an large knight type figure in black armor. And the boats themselves were carried in by what looks like an undead kraken.
Punch the wizard in the kidney with a spell.
Currently, swarms of skeletons and zombies are climbing the long and cliff-based staircase up to the city from the docks. And the inhabitants of the city are alternately panicking, trying to secure friends, family members, or going to address the problem.
Hey, Scary. Welcome in.
Hello, Scary. Are
Right,
you
so
not loading properly?
we've got people to kill. Lives to destroy. Children to yeet.
Is the
Doors.
bad guy within 30 feet of me?
No, he is down a 400-foot staircase at the outer edge of the city.
Amazing.
However, you do notice a few particularly quick zombies, or perhaps ones who were part of the sewer zombies, out on the streets, generally going after nearby people, just whoever's closest. And you also spot in the temple district, off maybe 200, 300 feet through the city, there seem to be some beams of different coloured lights kind of heading up into the sky. So yeah, you can try and rescue civilians, get out of the city and escape, go down the staircase through the army of undead. No, I wouldn't suggest that, because that's just... I don't see ways that would work necessarily. You could try and scale the cliff in some way to try and avoid the armies of undead on the staircase. But that is scaling a very, very tall cliff, so not the best. Not
I'm
the
a
safest
spider,
option.
so
Moogle, you raised your hand.
I vote for saving some civilians if need be. We can.
where's the tavern?
Look, you can't
Which
from
tavern?
now.
There's several taverns kind of around the city.
I vote we should go back to that one and get a pint and wait it out.
This is not World's End.
Bunker
The zombie
down.
apocalypse solution is not in a pub and down the bottom of a pint, no matter how much you might want it to be.
I mean, if you drink away all your brain cells, they're probably not going to want to eat you.
No, we'll be ready for a fight. We're just, by the time they're done, the only thing they're left standing will be the tavern. You know, whoever is in there with us. If we survive.
As you guys are taking stock of the situation, you notice a small group of 3 civilians struggling with a undead human. He manages to bite one of them, and shortly afterwards there are 2 civilians struggling with 2 zombies.
And close proximity, how close proximity of
Like
each other
20,
are the
20
zombies?
feet away from you or so.
Can I use the range strike of throw them 3 daggers at just to try to knock them off the civilians?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So it'll be is it 3 action move or just 1? So there's the dagger strike, and then do I do #2 and 3 as well?
Yeah.
How heavy is Gertrude?
How
You are
heavy
not
am I?
throwing
Go
the
for it, bro.
spider. I openly say this. The
I'm
group is seeing
down.
him looking him up and down. You are not throwing the spider.
I'm down. I'm jumping on the spot, ready to morph into the spider if choosing.
Like
Yeah,
crazy.
so you
Angry
do
raccoons.
10 damage to one of the zombies.
Okay. Too bad.
Seems to be hurt, but not down yet.
Okay. Did it at least knock it off the civilian a little
It
bit?
seemed to like knock it back a little bit, and the
Okay.
civilians kind of notice you guys standing there relatively armed, and they like start backing away from the zombies.
I shout out to them, "Come here, civilians, get to us." And then I look at Moogle to sort of cast a spell or do something. Makoto, sorry.
Have the civilians had an opportunity to move far enough away from the zombies?
Yeah, they're like sprinting towards you guys.
Okay, and how far away from the civilians are the zombies? With like, obviously, are these slow moving? Are we talking like Day of the Dead? Or
They're
are
they're
we
currently
talking
about 10,
20,
10
days
15
later?
feet away from the civilians.
Okay, so they're Day of the Deads. Right. That's good.
Area damage, let's go.
Right, I would like to use Acid Splash, please, on the zombies.
Okie doke.
Did I roll it? No, I didn't roll it.
Yeah.
I don't-
That's
You did roll it,
I did
and
roll it?
unfortunately, that was not enough to hit the zombies.
What?
So, one sec. Is there a thing of like on a failure? No. Yeah.
Weren't we
So,
supposed to level up?
who knows? Who knows about that? Yeah, so you miss with your first acid splash. What else are you doing?
I'm gonna try acid splash again. I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not officially in combat yet.
That's 15.
Yeah, that will hit. So you splash into one of the zombies that was hit by Gertrude's dagger, and the acid just melts into the thing's skull, and it drops to the floor.
Awesome.
Nice one,
Yeah.
Mako. A good shot.
What
Thank
else is up with you now?
With me still.
Yeah.
Right. What's the other zombie looking like?
Pretty healthy. It's taken a little bit of damage from like the civilians kind of beating and trying to restrain it, but
Okay. I'm gonna use my ranged strike of my sling.
Forgot all about that.
If that's okay.
yeah.
Natural 20.
Bam bam. Mm,
If that don't hit, I don't know what does.
that's unnatural 20, but still a
Is that not?
critical.
There's an
Yeah.
attack 20.
Yeah, 10 plus 10.
Oh,
Can
was
you remind me what was
Sorry.
in the evil jar?
all it shows on my screen is attack roll 20. It doesn't show me a 10 plus 10 or anything like that. It just shows me attack of 20.
Yeah, but that's including your modifiers. Anyway, so you...
It needs to say plus modifier. This app.
Yeah. It'll be glowing green if it's... Anyway, that hits,
Do that?
and you deal 4 damage. As you guys like take stock of this situation, you hear like a little yell, and you see 2 of the orphan children who you've helped, who are now just throwing like rocks and things, and they're not really doing much to the zombies. But then one of them pries loose a paving slab and lobs it at the zombie.
I mean, good on the young ones. I'll give them a shot.
And he misses
motivate
because he's not very strong.
Damn.
Uh,
Never mind, young one. You'll get him again next time. Have another go.
Rubus, what you up to?
I do have a question.
I probably.
Can you
have an
remind
answer.
me what's in the evil jar?
Oh.
The evil jar that you stole.
Yeah.
So you look into it, and you can see through the glass. Is it like, you know how like a bag of holding is like bigger on the inside? So it's kind of like a jar that's bigger on the inside, or accesses some extra dimensional space. But because it's a jar, you can see the inside. And inside, mostly you can see eyes and tentacles and like horns / spikes / hooks, and occasionally like voids of space and stars. Like the eyes and tentacles aren't always there, pressed up against the glass. It changes, depends on like a few times you've looked at it since you've taken it. Sometimes it's empty space. Sometimes you can see unimaginably vast or tiny creatures in the distance or very close. It's hard to tell.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
I actually have no idea what's going on because I was trying to remember what was in that.
There is a zombie that is currently heading after 2 civilians who are running past you.
I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah.
I get nothing on that.
Yeah, you swing at the zombie, and it kind of takes note of the movement and the aggression, attacking it.
I don't know what to do.
Gilly thinks we should save the orphans, by the way. I agree with them that we should save the orphans.
What?
110%.
I mean, we'll do our best, but the whole town's under attack right now. You know, priorities.
Yeah. I I'm gonna.
Gilly, they did punt the orphans not that long ago, so I'm gonna be honest. It's touch and go with these lads.
Yeah, sometimes you hit an orphan, sometimes you break down their door.
Sometimes you scare them with dead heads.
I am gonna now try and reach for the zombie and just snap its neck. Would be a
Yeah.
strength, wouldn't it?
Yeah, go for it.
The 2. I'm not very strong today.
So you
You just woke up.
reach for the zombie, and it goes to
Take
bite
that
your
edge.
hand.
I mean,
It also gets a natural 1. So you two are both just there, kind of
It-
slow
did you-
dancing in the street.
You just say it tried to bite me.
Yeah, it tried to bite you, but instead you
Okay.
end up just kind of slow dancing.
It's
Like,
gonna take some
without
damage
music.
if you tried to bite me.
Yeah? How
1d6.
much damage?
He takes 4 damage
Why
Okay.
is it taking damage, Cookie?
because of hidden thorns.
Dice.
Does that affect if it
Oh.
fails the attack? Is that...
Anything that would attack, like that is an attack, because of the
nice.
close range. If it was a long range attack, it would have nothing. But because it's a close range attack, then
Got you. By the way, another zombie shows up, and this one's got laser eyes. So you deal four damage to this guy as he tries to bite you and gets nothing but wood and pain.
yes.
Alright. So you've tried to brute force this guy's head off. You've tried to punch him. What's next? Punch him again? Could work. It's less likely to work, but it could still work.
I'm gonna use the cantrip haunting him.
What if it's a female zombie?
Him.
Him, as in like to sing. Zach was trying to be cute. You ruined
I
it.
know.
I am
Yeah.
cute. And this zombie fails very critically. So the zombie is now deaf. You've disabled this zombie. I hope you're happy. And as well as that, he takes double damage. So he takes 6 more damage from him. So he's taken 4 from that. You did some, didn't you?
And somebody blind
Yeah.
him, and then he's.
You did
he's-
4 from that, so he's looking pretty rough as you see just this holy magic kind of. You see this black ichor like leaking from his ears. And Gertrude's going to improvise. It's good to see.
Wow, what you mean? I'm gonna.
However, now this zombie is going to swivel past you, Rubus, as you are a wooden, useless boy without any meat to him, and chomp at Gertrude. Gertrude, that is a 16.
Do I need to roll?
What's your AC?
My AC is 19.
Okay, sweet. That is a 19. So he bites you for... Oh no, he grabs you. Tries to hit you. For... Ooh. 8
Oh, what
damage. 8
8
damage, boy. Yeah.
24 HP left.
And then he is going to try and hit you. No, he's not going to try and hit
Oh,
you
I
another
didn't
time.
expect that.
He's not going to try and hit you another time because he moved to get you. Ignore everything I say as I say it. Gertrude, it is your turn. There is a zombie. He has bitten and grabbed you, so you are temporarily grappled by this zombie. So you can spend an action trying to break out with a display of strength or slipperiness, or you can just stab him. repeatedly. He's looking incredibly rough.
Yeah, I was thinking. So he's got hold of me, right? So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna use
His breath smells terrible.
So can I use a dagger
That's
attack?
terrible.
I'm gonna target sort of his like a rib cage area with a dagger. So that's that one, I think.
I
Was
feel
it
like
that
that
one?
was more of a warning so that Gertrude doesn't try and kiss the zombie.
No, the rougher the better. I went for
Oh,
an
I
ogre,
love when they
remember?
smell plastic and fuzzy.
So he manages to like get hold of your hand as you're trying to stab him, and stops you.
Okay, now I'm gonna bite him then with my fang.
Okay, can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please? A
Consti-
Fortitude save. Sorry. Left over.
Fortune.
Also, you do kill him,
You got a
and
16.
you're not turning into a zombie.
Yay! So he's dead, yeah? And I succeeded on
Yeah,
him.
you bit, and your like spidery fang just pierces this rotten skull, and just injects a load of venom straight into the brain. It all just melts out of his eyes.
Lovely. Lovely
Yeah.
and gooey.
Mm.
And now I've got one more movement, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
So you see on the street around you, like there's a lot of civilians kind of moving for cover, trying to get to their homes or out of the city, or heading down towards the docks. There seem to be a few kind of guards and people who've grabbed like chair legs or old long poles that they've fashioned into spears and things like,
Hey,
or
they're not
old
bad.
weaponry from times in armies.
Yeah. And Rubus and Makoto are pretty close by still, aren't they? They're like right next to me, yeah?
Yeah. You guys are in like a little 5x5
little
triangle.
formation. So I want to use Infectious Enthusiasm on Rubus.
Oh, yeah.
I think because it gives him
+1 to either attack rolls, will saves, or charisma. You choose
yeah,
now.
that's it. So I was going to give him attack rolls.
Nice. So
Fucking
you
need
both
it
get
today.
you
Need it
get both get
today.
+1 to attack rolls for the next round.
And
Okay,
that's
guys.
me done.
Yeah. You guys are in the street. The lights are shining off in the temple district. People are hurrying every which way. You see, like, the two people who you kind of rescued. They're like, thank you so much. But they quickly make their way off to wherever they find is safety beyond the three of you. The two orphans, one of them the little ginger one with curly ginger hair, approaches you alongside his little goblin orphan friend, just holding like a paving slab, struggling to kind of carry it down the street with his little emaciated, starved form. And he's like, "Oh, you guys were incredible. Let's go smash all these zombies."
I mean,
Maybe
Settle
not.
down.
Maybe one
Yeah.
we can
Settle-
do a.
maybe we can do something. You should go somewhere safe.
I'm bringing him along. We can use him as captain for that. I mean, we can look after him.
Send him into the sewers.
The
Send
sewers
him
that
straight.
were infested with zombies, and you.
Were being the operative word.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
not safe,
yeah.
right?
Probably not.
Fuck me, or crocodile, dude.
I think he's gonna eat a small child.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Gilly wants us to save the orphans. I
Is
mean,
there
maybe we could
anywhere
just.
safe to put the orphans? Do
Yeah,
we
like in the-
know? Like,
Can we show-
obviously, a town has somebody who is kind of, sort of, like a brigade or something like that, who are going to be shouting and telling everybody where to go. Like,
How big are these children?
so
Can we not
you
ask them to
haven't-
like?
They're probably like 12-year-olds that are the size of 10-year-olds, because
Okay.
Can't we shove them in a couple barrels? Put the lids on them, just tell them to stay there, give a bit of food and water.
I was actually about to say the same thing. I was about to ask if we were on the docks, and if we could just put them in a shipping crate and like hammer the lid down.
I don't mean lock them in, but yeah, kind of.
I mean, the only thing I'll say about that is, like, that is a solution that doesn't account for failure. You know?
I mean, if we fail, then they're gonna die either way.
Yeah, and so will we. So I mean,
Not
it's a
necessarily,
bit of an
but
emergency right
fair.
now.
Most
As
barrels
lo-
come with a hole in them anyway for
Yeah.
As
breathing.
long as
Yeah.
somebody
Again,
remembers they're there,
not
like,
supporting this theory, okay, guys? We're not sticking a whole bunch of children in a barrel.
No, one
To
child in one
answer
barrel.
a few of your questions during that, so there is, as you said, you can see various lights shining up over the temple district. You do not know personally where. Actually, if you give me just like a random luck roll of a d20, I'll see if any of you have scoped out over the like 3 or 4 days where the kind of guard central is.
got a 2.
I got a 3. What is with today?
I kind of want Gertrude to roll well, just because it's something that he would pay attention to. You know?
Sorry, I'm messaging chat as well. Would you want me to roll a luck thing?
Just a
sir?
d20.
20.
Just a d20, yeah, just general. What have you been paying
It's-
attention to, yeah? Oh no, none of you have really passed around in that area and headed into.
Pop it roll?
Puppet's got the eye out for the guards. Wanted criminal in 3 countries. Koto's only ever been to 1 country. And the puppet's never left her side, as far as she knows.
The dimensional pocket, that's what that is.
Yeah, so you guys don't know where the guards are. You do know that there is kind of like the richer side of the city, which has like walled off houses that are like fancier. You remember that from the woman who worked for as a maid in
And-
one of the houses whose son went missing.
Makoto and Gertrude.
Yes.
A temple seems like a pretty good idea.
Oh, that's a good shout actually. We should round them all up to the temple and sort of get them in some hidden room or something.
And my next question will be to Zox as to the sewer system.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not just handing the gator food?
Oh no, the gator's friendly. It's fine. We established that last time.
Yeah.
Friendly.
He's a
And,
fully sentient weregator.
Like I said last time, I'll just boop him on the snoot and command him to leave.
You've already technically paid him to not hassle these children.
Exactly. I was more thinking if we took the sewer system to the temple rather than trying to make it down the streets.
Yeah?
Why don't we send them through the sewers and maybe aid the rest
Or
of
we'll
the
try
time?
and round up some more people.
Yeah. Send them down to the
Okay.
sewers and wait in the manhole for us at the bottom of the ladder. They're safe. Crocodile won't get them. And then we'll go and get some rest of the rest of the folk and tell them go and, everyone rendezvous at the children. The little children can shout out things.
What do you think to
I'm
that idea,
here,
Makoto?
I mean, I'm not against using the sewers.
Or
I
at
still vote for the
least
barrels, but
I am
sending the...
slightly against the barrels.
Okay, so that's Makoto against the barrel.
that'd be a temporary thing. A couple days, they'll be
Yeah, but
alright.
somebody's got to remember that they're in there, and my memory is not that great.
Wow.
As you guys are discussing this, from a street to the south of you, 5 skeletons show up. 2 of them with short bows, and the other 3 with swords. They don't seem to have really much or any armor on them. Maybe the odd helmet or 2. But other than that,
Far away,
they're just
are they?
naked skeletons. Bone
How
out.
far-
Probably about 50 feet away. The 2 with bows have slowed slightly while the other 3 continue kind of
Are
quite
they
a
uphill
fast
or
pace.
downhill from her?
They're running kind of like it's a fairly flat city until the very vertical cliff. One sec.
I say we shove the kids in the sewers quickly and deal with
So
these guys.
that is a 22 to hit you, Makoto.
No, it's not.
As one of the skeleton archers fires off a shot of his longbow, and the second one is also going to fire this one at Little Ginger Orphan Boy.
The first one hit me.
So you take 3 damage, Makoto, and Little Ginger Orphan Boy takes 6 damage. He gets shot in the gut by a skeleton archer and drops to the ground, dropping the large paving stone he was holding.
It's fine.
How is he holding a large
Obviously, with the
paving
conversation
stone?
that we've been having, I'm presuming there's some barrels around us.
There's a few you can see tucked up against the corner of what looks like some kind of
Cool.
merchant shop.
We got a 9, so I was going to try and throw the barrel, but that's not really going to happen.
You go and you pick up the barrel and it's empty, so it's reasonably light. So you're able to get it off the ground, but not throw it the distance to the skeletons.
Does it roll? That's the question.
It rolls in a little circle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, can you guys roll initiative for me now? Skeletons are gonna get a 18.
Got a 16, same as Gertrude.
I got a 10.
Okay, sweet. So, to start with, 3 skeletons wielding swords sprint 90 feet towards you and close into melee range. So they are all now within melee range of Rubus, who's at the front of the pack.
Whoa, what's their movement?
30 feet. They moved
And they
3
moved-
times.
That's their moves, then.
Yeah, that's the. They've come into
Okay.
they've come into the scene and they've closed the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got 2 of them 90 feet away shooting
Yeah, so
arrows
you
at-
notice
and
these
3 of them up
skeletons,
front.
they were 90 feet away from you, near
That's
100
fine,
feet
that's
away
fine.
from you, and then they just fucking Terminator. Meanwhile, the 2 short bow people are going to close the distance a little bit more, and then fire 2 shots each. So this is going to be 2 at Gertrude and 2 at Makoto. So Gertrude.
Go for it, son.
Sweet, that is a 17 and a
One more.
22.
My AC is 19, my shield is 19. What do I have to roll?
So the 17 doesn't hit, but the 22 does.
Yeah, so you take 5 damage as a skeleton archer shoots this bow and arrow at you. And as you yank the arrow out, you notice that the actual tip of the arrow is stone.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then Makoto, the other one's gonna try and shoot you twice. And that is 2 misses. So the 2 skeletons, they both fire an arrow at Gertrude and then both miss an arrow at Makoto. Next up is, in fact, Gertrude.
Okay.
So you've got 3 skeletons, sword wielding, standing right in front of you guys and Rubus. And then about 60 feet away are 2 more with short bows.
So I wish to use daze on one of the skeletons, preferably the skeleton closest to Rubus, so to aid him to knock him senseless on his next attack, hopefully.
Okay.
And then can I use? I want to charge back at one of them with my rapier attack. I'll do that twice. 1 and then hashtag 2, if you don't mind. So I've taken 2 swings with the sword.
One sec, can you do the days quickly?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Did it not come through?
No. No, I did
Days.
not. Okay, so that's an 18. So he fails, but he doesn't crit fail, so he takes 3 damage. And then you hit twice with your attacks, dealing. So you slice into one of the skeletons with your rapier.
Yeah.
You kind of jab out with the tip of this thing, and you feel like you're chipping off bits of bone and doing these glancing strikes. And while you do manage to, over the course of a few swift blows, deal some damage to this guy, you get the feeling that you'd be better off smashing it with something.
Cool.
But you do manage to do a significant amount of damage to this guy. Just, you know.
Just didn't finish him.
It's very much the wrong weapon, and you're doing what you can with it. Anyway, after you is Rubus. The Living Holy Club.
Not very club-like today.
I've given you enthusiasm on your attacks, though, and I've kind of slightly dazed one of them.
Yeah,
So
for the rest of this round, you do have +1 to your attacks.
True, yes.
So my dad laid a trap for me today. He polished the floor at the bottom of the stairs. And I slipped over and caught myself on the banister and wrenched my shoulder.
I pulled my calf muscle walking across the street to pick my son up from school yesterday.
No, it's so bad. It's so slippy. Like I wasn't even moving with any speed. It's just so fucking slippy, and I'm there, and I'm just like, "Geez, what have you done to this ball? You're trying to kill people." He's like, I was just polishing the banister with the polish spray. I'm like, well, you made a death trap. Like I fell over on it 3 times. That's how slippy it was.
That's hilarious.
I am. Oh, I don't know. No idea. I can't even remember how many spell slots I had left from the last one.
Have you not been keeping track?
Yeah.
I remember you did a couple of spells. Let's see.
Yeah.
What did you do? You did.
I did the runic body one last time. The bonus heals are irrelevant.
You did. Yeah, one of the bonus heals. You did runic body. 2 bonus heals. That's as far as I can scroll without loading more. Which can't be asked to load loads. But you did a few. You did a few spells. I think you used 2 heals and
there's
most of the
bonus
cantrips.
It doesn't make any difference in that one.
I mean, it does. It's still 2 out of your 5 heals. You don't have unlimited heals.
No, they're bonus heals.
No, yeah.
They still don't affect my normal spells.
No, but they're still their own set of slots.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast runic.
Runic body again?
Yeah, might as well.
Alright. Sweet. So you power up, so now you've got a +2 to your attack rolls, and increase the number of damage dice.
Yep. And we're gonna go for the unarmed strike.
Sweet. So you managed to hit.
So he's taking
10 plus.
Why'd you roll it for me? I already rolled one. I already rolled one. Oh, there's a little button on mine now to
critical damage. Yeah, but you also need to
that
roll.
wasn't there before.
You also need to roll more dice anyway.
Yeah, I know
'Cause
that,
you
but
added it.
I'm just saying, like, that's new. Anyone else in
Yeah.
that?
What, critical
Well,
damage?
yeah,
Yeah,
what's
it's a selection between whether you always roll or whether you click it when you crit. So that was a crit,
I
so I
think,
clicked it. Because I'm the
yeah,
one with the knowledge that that's a crit.
yeah, but I'm just saying that little button never used to be there.
It's there.
Anyways,
It's always been there.
D8. I'm pretty sure it's a D8 now.
Yeah, you've got a D.
On the unarmed strike was a D4 before or a D6? Where's my information? 1D4 plus the bludgeoning, so be D6. Another D6 of damage. So
Sweet.
5, 8, 16 plus another 5.
So you
Plus
punch
6.
into this skeleton and just smash its skull into powder.
I guess I'll try and punch the other one.
No, that's 3 actions, man.
I was gonna say that's all my actions.
That's all you done. Makoto's up next.
How close are they to me?
Like 5 feet away, the one surviving skeleton with a sword.
Okay, I'm gonna use my sling on him.
Alrighty.
That's a hit. My thanks, anyway.
So, sweet. So, you smash into this skeleton, and you see, like, the sling cracks off part of the bone and shatters part of its, like, face. It's not quite down.
Okay. I'm gonna see it again. Is that okay?
Yeah?
What about now?
Nice.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
another stone swings into the archer, not quite managing to put it down. But it looks...
Fucking HP do these bitches have? That's 24, isn't it? 24 damage?
No.
Why is
It's
there a green 14
20.
and a 10 and a 10? There's a green critical damage of 14.
So, the first one was a critical hit, and so it did 16 damage, and then the second one wasn't, so it did 4, leading to 20 total. And they've been dying at 25.
The first sling attack is a 28 to attack, and the second one is a 24 to attack.
It's not, because it's the second attack, and
That's the hit.
it didn't get the negative modifier, because it's not sling #2.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't give the green on the critical damage.
Yeah, the green on the critical damage isn't because it's a critical hit, it's because it was max damage on the dice. But,
I'm still not figuring out how this works. I prefer using real dice, because at least with real dice you can see what it is, and you have your paper, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's a crit. Boom. This app doesn't know what it's doing.
Well, the other thing with Pathfinder is a crit is not just a natural 20, it's a hit above a certain level. So when you hit by more than a certain number. Anyway, so you have done a decent amount of damage to this guy. He's looking pretty rough in front of you as you swing your stones at him repeatedly. You do, however, know that attacking 3 times a turn is, less and less likely to hit. But, there's probably certain cantrips and things you could do. Or just throw another stone and try and finish the job. It's only got 5 more health left. Based on how much damage you saw it requiring to take down the others.
I mean, I don't have any cantrips that make me better at hitting things. And I can't use my acid splash because that will hit me, and I don't want it to hit me. Oh no. Come here. I need you to open it again so I can reach you for a real quick second. Right. Well, okay. I'm gonna use Bone Shaker because I'm pissed off with him.
Go for it.
Bone Shaker.
Oh, sorry. Bone Shaker is 2 to 3 actions.
Is it? Why?
Yeah.
Where is it showing that? Oh, I see where it is.
Sorry.
Okay. Never mind.
You only have the one left. You could just try and make some distance, or...
No, I don't really feel like moving because he's an archer, so he'll just shoot me anyway, so if he wants to. So I'll just hit him again with a sling. Why not?
Alright, sweet.
Pokemon the Ed.
So, you manage to cause some kind of major damage as this thing collapses into a little pile of ivory. The two in the distance with their bows take this moment to reload and fire 3 more shots each. So they're going to do 2 at Rubus. So that is a 22 and a 16.
The 22 hits.
You take 5 damage as an arrow sinks in. Then they're going to fire off 2 at Gertrude. That is a -1 and a 0.
So they both miss, I guess.
And then they're going to fire off 2 at Makoto. That is a 9 and a 10.
Miss.
So they... and arrows come flying towards you, 2 of them thudding into Rubus as he, at the front of the pack, takes a kind of shielding position.
Thank you, Rubus.
You're very welcome.
Hope you
Then
didn't
it's
hurt me.
Gertrude's turn again.
So these are quite far away from us, aren't they? These
Yeah, they're
last
currently
2.
about 60 feet away from you.
Okay. I wonder if I can use... Let me use Infectious Enthusiasm again on Rubus.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Is it possible... Is there anything around me for me to run away and hide?
There's
Is it
like a few barrels. You see kind of one merchant stall that's been put away for the night. Like it's got like not like a tarp, but like an old tarp from before tarps existed.
Big giant piece of cloth kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
You get what I mean.
I want to try and hide and get out of their
yeah.
vision.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
I mean, these creatures don't have eyes, technically.
Oh, do they not?
They're skeletons.
But they can still sense me though somehow.
Somehow.
Or they have no idea we're out there. Because if they don't know I'm there, then can I not use a stick?
they've shot multiple people, so you know.
Yeah.
They're not doing that at random. They definitely noticed you guys were there because they sprinted up to you and started attacking you. So in some way, they sense you. It might be through some kind of undead version of eyes. You know, it might be visual. You don't know. You're not a skeleton researcher. Mm-hmm.
And
you could ask Makoto or Rubus, but like time is short and you're sneaking off. Roll me a sneak. Roll me a sneak as you try and get sneaky.
Sneak. So stealth or sneak? Stealth.
Stealth, yeah. Okay, and one question for you: as you are sneaking off in this moment, do you drag the currently unconscious and bleeding out from a gut wound orphan with you?
No.
No, you leave him there in the street? Okay. Sweet. So you run away from the rest of your allies and hide behind a nearby market stall cloth, sneaking to get a different viewpoint on the enemy. What else you do?
And then if I'm hidden, I'd like to use a sneak attack and throw one dagger at him.
Okay. So you are still quite far away for throwing daggers, but give it a shot.
Okay, so there's the sneak attack. I think that was the right one. Or do I do range? Oh no, wrong one. That one, sorry. There you go.
So
That's the melee one.
it's identical.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, that's just sneak attack damage. Roll me a dagger attack.
A ranged dagger attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That
mean, they
one.
should be identical, but so your attack does throw into the skeleton. And you see the dagger lands in one of the skeleton's eye sockets and
Lovely shot.
rattles into the empty brain case, which you know for certain that if this was a zombie, that would be like a kill shot, you know. Anyway, so the skeleton pretty much ignores it.
Okay.
It dealt a total of 1 damage.
Fair enough. Not something, at least.
Yeah, but you've got one more thing you can do.
Oh, that's it. I thought that was it. I used infectious thing on.
Oh, you used infectious
snot,
view? No,
and then...
no. Wait a minute, you had +1 to that attack. No, that doesn't really change much. But yeah, so Rubus.
Yes.
Rubus. You currently, the 3 melee skeletons seem to have evaporated in front of you as you guys swiftly chomped through them. However, the 2 at ranged, currently standing about 60 feet away from you and seeming to have decided to stay there and pelt you from range, are, there. One of them is mildly scratched by one of Gertrude's returning daggers. It's currently sitting in its eye socket.
Amazing. I am going to use a spell that I've never used.
Excellent. That's always a good
Nor
sign.
does it have a action counter. It actually just says other.
Okay, what's the spell name?
It's called Marvelous Mount.
Oh, you're mounting someone marvellously.
Apparently. No, I'm gonna conjure a mountain.
Cast 10 minutes. That's
And
why
use
it
it as-
doesn't have an action count, because it would take you 1 sec. 1 round is 6 seconds. So 10 rounds. So it will take you 100 rounds to summon a mount.
What I thought.
That can't be right. Bloody hell. You'll never get it, would you?
I mean, it's a thing that takes 10 minutes. That's what it says. It lasts for 8 hours and it takes 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
The mount is your minion, has a speed of 40 feet, and can bear you with any possessions. It can't carry anyone else. It uses your AC and saves, but if it is destroyed if it takes more than 10 damage at any time.
Hold on.
I'm held.
It is alright. Can I retract that statement?
Yeah. You can.
Here it is.
You don't have to start casting the spell.
I mean,
It's fine. But we'll know that in future, when you get a moment's rest, you can summon a unicorn or what do you ride? A bush?
yeah.
Landslide.
I'm gonna go with throwing another barrel at them because I have no longer. Actually, that's a lie. Hold on.
60 feet is quite far to throw something.
Yeah, it depends on the strength throw though.
Whereas it's only 2 actions to run over there. And then you're there. Then they've either got to spend actions to get away from you, which gives you attacks of opportunity, or just put up with you being in close range. And they only seem to be carrying short bows. They're not wearing any clothes. They can't really be hiding much. They've not got like a bunch of knives and swords stuffed in their ribs, although
that would be pretty interesting.
They totally should have.
I do have a cantrip, but it doesn't actually have a distance on it.
What's the name?
Needle dart.
Oh yeah, that's just infinite. Right,
Infinite distance.
Infinite distance, but range is 60 feet, so it is the range that they are away.
I was literally googling it.
It does deal piercing damage, which I don't know if you've noticed, but that does hit. That does in fact critical hit if you want to roll critical damage. I'll let you click it this time. Ooh, so you deal 17 damage, except you don't. You deal half of that, but the dart.
No flesh. I'm aware.
The dart sinks into this guy. It also does not take bleed damage because.
Again, I'm aware.
Good. Other than that, however, yeah, you do a good 8 damage to this guy.
Still got one more move. I'm gonna go with the strength throw.
What was your first move?
Well, I was gonna cast the spell, but I didn't, and that was literally the other.
That doesn't count.
Exactly. So that was my needle dart takes 2.
Oh, it's a 2. It's a 2. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so you go to throw a barrel.
Yep. And I got an 18.
You rolled an 18. And you're trying to get it to go 60 feet.
But you don't throw a barrel at them.
See,
yeah.
See, I always feel better if I can come up with a number before you've actually rolled, because now I've seen what you've rolled and I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean?
I'll roll again if you want.
No.
No.
You throw a barrel and it goes like maybe 35 feet before smashing open, and you see like it leaves kind of a few smelly fish on the floor of the road. But yeah, it's just too far for you to really throw anything. Like, it's not something you're particularly trained in, and they're not particularly suited for throwing these objects. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is you up and Makoto. It's your go now.
I would like
you know what that means? That means you go on the big cat.
No.
No.
I would like to get in range to to use my sickle.
Yeah? Okay, so that is 2 movements to get up close to them, but after that you'll be able to sickle one of them.
Okay.
Nice.
That is a critical hit. So, the one that has been injured so far, you take the sickle, hook it between 2 of the vertebrae, and just boop, and it collapses to the ground. Headless.
Wait.
Next up is the skeleton standing next to you, Makoto, who he has his longbow, and he's gonna try and hit you with his longbow. So that is a 12.
No.
Okay. He's then gonna try and stab you with an arrow.
No.
That also misses. And then he's gonna turn and fire at Gertrude.
Oh, I'm not hitting.
And that also misses.
Hey.
He turns to you, Makoto, and he says, "I'm not good in melee." And then it is Gertrude's turn.
Can I basically run towards it and punch it in the face?
You can indeed.
So that would be it's just 2 movements and then just a normal
Well,
attack, I say. Unarmed fist.
yeah, unarmed strike.
The one.
Sweet. So you punch it, and like punching a person, they've got fat and flesh and skin, and so it doesn't hurt as much. But like, have you ever punched anyone in the head, Joe? Like it hurts your hand a bit, This is worse, but still, you sock it, and a couple of teeth fly out of its skull as the skull kind of does a 180, and the skeleton quickly twists it back round to face the front.
Cool.
Gertrude, that's the end of your go. Rubus,
That is indeed.
your 2 allies have headed into melee range with this skeleton.
First off, I am going to cast heal on that poor little kid on the floor for 1 action.
Okay, yeah.
I forgot about him.
You heal him, and he looks healthier than you've ever seen him. You get the feeling that this kid was just generally unwell a lot of the time. And now he is healed.
Full of vitality.
The gut wound kind of closes as you pull the arrow out, and he wakes up kind of gasping. He's like, "Did you just save my life?"
Maybe a little.
It's not saved, it's just prolonged.
Sorry, 1 second.
What's going on?
It's alright. It's not like you're the center camera or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Where'd he go?
It's the mystery.
Something going on.
We can't see you.
Yeah, sorry. From the 2 movements in the distance, I'm gonna go for the needle darts again.
Yeah?
18.
Nice. It's not a crit, but it's a decent amount of damage. 5 more damage added to the pile so far. He's starting to look a little rough, He's got these series of holes in him from the repeated needle darting as you shoot these 3 darts at a time. He's been beaten quite badly by a couple of solid blows. Next up, Makoto. Or Rubus. No, Rubus, that's 2 things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you healed. You healed.
I mean, I'll take an extra action if you're gonna give me one.
No, don't ever let me forget that. Makoto, you are up.
Alright, and how many more left?
Just this one in front of you at the moment.
Cool. Sickle him.
Yeah? Sickle and diamond. That is in fact going to end this last skeleton.
Fed up with skeletons.
Yeah. How do you finish this guy?
I'm gonna spin and then slice off his head too. Why not?
His head rolls down onto the floor and kind of lands so that it's looking up at you, and he goes, "It's a living."
Can I stomp its face in?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, hey, I was just trying to be funny. And then he shatters into pieces.
Brilliant. Right, so Orphan Child needs to get to the sewers. Have we agreed that this is where they're going, is the sewers?
Yeah, we have now at this point. We've just been attacked, hurry up, sort of thing, and get them down there.
Right, sewers it is.
Like a breath.
Are we escorting the children to the sewers, or are we?
At this point, I think yes.
I think best to yeah, and then we
So
can.
we're gonna go through the sewers and find our way to the bloody temple.
Okay, cool. Can we herd the children?
You
Please,
can.
in the direction.
You can indeed. Oh, we're sticking with you, that's for sure.
You ain't got a choice, kid. Let's go.
Alright. You hurry to the nearest sewer grate. Much like the last one you entered through, it is locked with a large padlock.
Haha!
Whoa, aren't we right by the one that we just came out of?
You're probably pretty damn close. You've not really moved around much. Yeah.
Thank you. We're going back in the way we came out.
When you look at the padlock, you see it is unlocked currently. Because of previous shenanigans. If you previously unlocked the padlock, turn to page 17. If you did not unlock the padlock yet, turn to page 28.
And yeah, sorry, no, I had somebody messaged me. Somebody was behaving strangely outside their house.
Huh. That's strange.
Yeah,
Is it
it's on
scary?
webcam. No,
Oh.
looks nothing like scary.
Scary's actually scary. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into the sewer grate that we previously came out of.
You jump into the sewers. Horrible and stinky as they are. You see signs of corpses dotted about. Corpses that look very familiar. If you remember what you did just minutes ago before this whole invasion. Well, kind of part of this whole invasion. You know, would you really classify it as before this whole invasion? Oh yes, the zombies in the sewer, just before the undead invasion. Nothing to do with it. And you guys head down there, one after another. The children scuttling in behind you. Like,
I don't.
It's a prequel.
Can I be like behind the children, just being like, "Let's go," instead of, because like it's like instead of being the mama duck who has the kids fall down the grates, I would prefer to be the smart one.
We are walking through here. Can I pull the glass bottle out of my pocket again?
Why are you playing with this bottle?
Tapping on the glass and waving at it.
What? Have you lost
one
some brain cells
moment.
along the way or something? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that? What is that? Hold on.
That's Will.
Okay, currently, when you look into the
Sorry, I'm
glass
down alert.
at the moment, you see that it just seems to... All you can see really is, like, this orange bubbling liquid.
I'm still gonna wave at it.
And nothing seems to be coming out of your tapping currently.
That's fine. We're gonna carry on with the story now, but
Yeah, no worries. The kids kind of lead you towards the temple district with seemingly some kind of knowledge of these underground streets.
kids, I wonder how you learned the direction of the temple from down here.
Little ginger one's like, you can always tell where the temple is, because they dump so much perfume in with their piss.
Oh.
Nice.
Give me 2 seconds.
I hope it's a luxury perfume.
Cookie's gone again. Hold on.
So the kids continue leading you towards the temples. Rubus, I've got a jar of evil. Unimaginable evil.
I've got a jar of dirt.
Little jars. I'm just waiting for the day he gets like knocked over and you just hear crunch.
Hmm?
Hmm? What?
What?
Yeah, so the little orphans lead you through the sewers towards the temple district. And they're like, yeah, it's just down this way. And as you smell, the sewers start to smell a little bit nicer, you know?
Keep heading in the direction following the orphans.
We just still hurdling them along through the tunnels, yeah?
You make your way quickly down the tunnels to the temple district. And you see a grate and a small ladder anchored into the stone constructions of the wall.
We just hurry them along up the ladder, do we? Or maybe I should go up first and have a look.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
There you go. If it came through.
Yeah, it did come through. You look through the grate and you can see the temple district. So there's a street of a dozen or so temples, each one flaring with different colours of holy light that surrounds the outer borders of the temple's grounds and flares up into the sky above. Assaulting these barricades of divine magic are a squad of about 20 armed and armoured skeletons, wearing like a mix of leather and chainmail, armed with warhammers, axes and swords, and behind them about 5 archers and 1 skeleton in dark robes who has this black fire kind of slowly congealing around his hands.
Scary guy. I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to carry on walking.
I don't think we're gonna know anything about it. It seems that Gertrude has left the building.
Wonder if my lady is the temple.
Right. Well, if Gertrude's left the building, I will go pee while you guys think about what to do with the knowledge that you don't have.
Google, check your phone.
Oh, is this the video?
Mm-hmm. Put a cat on quickly too.
Was that from? That's from Collie, isn't it?
No, that's from Marvel Soul.
Okay.
Milk, 2 sugars. New.
Whose doorway is that?
I just told you the name. Think about who it is on Twitch. Marvel Soul.
Oh shit. Maybe they were going up to the wrong door.
Yeah, I'll show you the rest of the messages, but
And then saw that it was the wrong door.
no, definitely not.
No, I'm trying to see who this person is.
It's a woman.
I know it's a fucking woman. I'm not stupid.
Tell you that much. That's about it.
And they have braids.
Oh yeah, no, Joe, don't worry. Don't worry. 5-minute break, everybody. 5-minute break.
It is a 5-minute break. It's fine. We're just trying to.
Your teas and your coffees and your snacks and whatever else.
I wish I was able to like like pause it and then zoom in?
I went for a little bio break while Gertrude went for a little phone call break. There's something important happening in their life outside of this fantasy realm. How dare they?
Okay.
Food shopping showed up 11 hours late.
Is that what happened?
Yep.
Well,
Do you guys ever look at your phones? Fuck me.
No, I'm too busy looking at this one.
I know, Moogle. Like,
I am busy running a four-man circus.
Okay. Cookie, I do
Mhm.
believe that's a person of color, number one, and they have braids. They have braids. Okay.
no, I didn't see the braids. I only saw the ponytail at the back.
No, they have
Like,
braids. So one comes over here. So what they are is they're like in. So they've obviously gotten probably a triple or quad cornrow going down, and then like so one comes down this side, the other one comes down this side, and then either one down the back or two down the back. That is how it's done, and I can say that because I've had that hairstyle before and I know how it falls. And also, like. Yeah,
you know, it is a braid, isn't it?
it is. They're multiple braids. It's not just one braid. They're multiple braids. Like
Alright.
cornrow braids.
Well,
Not
Yeah,
big,
no,
not
I
like
meant
tiny.
down the back of them. You
Yeah.
can see it's all.
braided.
Yeah, that's a braid down the back. But I think they've got a triple braid because when they walk up, you
Oh
can
yeah,
see
they
one
flick.
down underneath their shoulder. When they rotate, you see another one on the
Yeah.
other side, and then you've got the one down the back. So they've got the concentration on Cookie's face. I know. It's like I do believe that that's somebody who's gone to the wrong house.
No, I will explain. So they banged on the door and shouted.
Shouted what?
I don't know. And then went to the house just up the road and then did the same thing. But they don't know who it is either.
Okay, well, I mean, if there's somebody from around here, it'll be pretty easy to spot because of their hair.
Drunk or crazy? That's the question. Yeah, well, you know, give
They're not
Gertrude
drunk.
10 minutes to put their shopping away or so.
He has the big screen. I do have the big screen. Yeah, what the fuck, considering for the other person involved to speak to Marvel's Soul, not very likely.
Why not both scary? That's a very good point.
I'm sorry, who's the other person? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, can you just...
Katie
like,
Butler.
They spoke to...
Mm-hmm.
about it. They were the ones who got their door banged on too?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I don't think they were. I think, I'm gonna be honest.
Anyways, I'm going to get coffee.
Two people that I could probably guess in our village who it is. And they're one of them is old enough to know better, but she's just obnoxious. And the other one has started roughly in Will's, my son's year group, and is hanging out with some not so nice kids, and they're lighting fires around the village and doing ding dong dash and stuff like that, or ding dong door bunk, or whatever you guys call it. So yeah. So yeah, but I think I know who the kid is who's done it. I think. Not 100% sure, but I think. How is shopping 11 hours late for Joe?
I am so sorry, guys.
I'm wondering if she's like, oh shit. I think I know who this kid is. What?
Text it.
What's happened? What have I missed?
Oh, so one of our friends,
Yeah.
he's at work and his wife and kids are at home, and they had somebody show up at their door, banging on it like that, and shouting, and then and so it scared the kids and his wife, who's at home alone.
Yeah, of course.
They've gone and done it to somebody else, and the other individual had their Ring doorbell on, and so they were able to catch it. I think from the Ring doorbell video, I know who it is, but and I think it's one of my kids' classmates, well, schoolmates. I wouldn't say classmate, but schoolmate, because he's in a different
Oh, what, they're
class.
doing like the old knockdown ginger thing or something?
Yeah, but they're not running around and doing it. They're doing it like they're doing it from the car. They're just being knobheads, and
Just
she's
being
been
dicks.
hanging out with a really, really bad crowd. Has been lighting fires and stuff around the village.
Alright.
Not in like we're gonna burn your house down kind of ways. But
Yeah, just
like,
little bonfires here and there, and
yeah, fires that could potentially spread if it's not raining and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I like how scary is. Like, if I was Joe, I'd be calling up and complaining big time.
What about Asda's?
You're 11 hours shut.
God, I
Why
complained
are
this morning. So, long story short, because obviously we were in the middle of the game.
Oh no, we're on an intermission. We're fine. We're getting pee breaks, coffee.
Okay, oh, that's cool then. Sweet. So, ordered the shopping yesterday morning, picked the time slot for today. You know, pay for the time slot. They told me it had been on the app. It said it was delivered, but it also said it was on the way. So I rang them and asked. They said they had an issue with the system. Blah blah blah. Like, it's all running late today. There's been problems. Blah, blah. I said okay, no worries. They wanted me to then pay again to put the order through for tomorrow,
No, fuck up.
and then they would refund me. And I was like, hell no. I was like, you
Why
can
would you
just
need that?
yeah, like, you've already got my money. Just put the order through for tomorrow, innit? Like, and I made a big kind of complaint this morning about it. They've given me £20 off my next shop, and then obviously that's what they've done. The poor geezers just literally turn up on my door at 9:30 tonight to deliver it, because they've probably whatever they've done, you know, thrown it on. So I weren't expecting it to turn up until tomorrow. But yeah, so bloody Astas. But yeah, I had done scary this morning. Well, this afternoon.
What I just messaged you, Cookie, is what was being talked about in the shop yesterday when we went in there and we bumped into William's schoolmate.
So do you all know all the kids and that, like the kids that who've been knocking on the door? Do you know? Yeah.
It's a tiny little village. It's really hard not to know.
So the person who they knocked on the door, your mates, they probably know their parents, right? So they're just gonna go and have a word with their parents, and the kids are gonna get in bother.
My mate doesn't interact with, so they don't have teenagers, so they don't know any of the teenagers, because I have a teenager that goes to school with all these teenagers, plays football, does all that, and is involved.
You're in the circle in the crowd. I
know more than they do. So any of us that have teenagers, plus I've got a friend whose daughter is in the same year group as my son, and she is the most gossipy little boot. Like, she's in the drama. If she's not part of it, she's
spreading it.
She knows about it. So she's always showing me pictures and sharing things with me. I'm just like, oh really? I love having a gin and like lemonade over at her house, because her teenage daughter absolutely loves me, and she's just like, you've got to hear the drama today. And I'm like, I don't even like drama, but sure, I'll entertain you. Let's sit down and do it. And she gives it all to me. And so we'll be walking around the village, and I'll look at Cookie, and I'll be like, right, Cookie, that person there is sleeping with so-and-so, and that person over there is burning this trash. That one's the one who did the garages 2 weeks ago. Pretty funny. It's awful, but funny.
Sounds like me having a chat with Alicia, the kid's older sister.
Oh.
She's 19, and she's like, so yeah, guess what? Like the other day, right? I was out with Brenda and Deborah, and like, yeah, well, the security guard, yeah. I'm like, what have you done now, child? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, my friend's daughter goes to like these under 18 events. You know, I don't know if like
yeah,
London is
yeah, the
famous,
old
but
parties, yeah, they're all, yeah, they've been doing it for years. We used to go to them more for
I've
them.
never been to one. We never had them when I was the closest we ever had was uh we had a bar that was that hosted a goth night, and that was an all ages type thing. If you were under the age of 21, you'd get an X on your hand so that everybody knew you were under 21 and you could not drink. And that permanent
Okay.
marker was permanent. I mean, that was not coming off for like the full month. And it was ridiculous. And I'm like, this can't be healthy. But yeah, that was the closest I ever got to it, and pretty much everybody was really responsible. Like, it's drinking in the States is not the sport it seems to be out here, or chaos. So yeah, never done it before, but her daughter goes to these things, and most of the kids in the village go to them, and they're all in like this little triangular set of clubs.
Mhm.
So all this shit happens. She comes back. She gets over her hangover. Because she drinks, obviously, illegally. And then, as you do. And then she sits there and tells her mom and I these wild, explicit stories about, like, what all these kids are like. I'm just like, I just came here to get drunk. I didn't need this, but okay. Talk about your drama llamas at school. Shit.
Drama
After this,
time.
and is it all of them like for a friend? My friend said, probably yeah.
Most of it can be, but she's also that person who's like so ingrained in it. She's got like evidence. She'll show you like Snapchat photos. She'll show you Messenger, WhatsApp. I mean, she's even tried to invite me into one of their WhatsApp groups just so I could watch the drama unfold, and I'm like, no, thank
And
you.
end up growing up a bit of copper or something.
I don't need to know.
Yeah, that's too far.
It's a bit much. I'm way too grown up. Could you imagine if I got like incarcerated in something? They're like, "Why are you in a Discord full of children?" I'll be like, "Shit's gone down in my village. I'm just privy to it." Apparently. Basically, in my real life, I roll really high on my perception check.
I, in reality, do not.
Yeah, that
Do I
makes
need to roll?
sense. That makes sense.
There's my one. What did I get?
You already did it. I already told you. Do you not remember? Were you getting busy? Yeah, so
I'm always busy.
the temples are glowing bastions of different coloured divine energy that circles the borders. Outside of them, battering down at the energy containing the district, is a large group of 20 armed and armoured skeletons wearing leather and chainmail, armed with axes, swords, and warhammers. Behind them are 5 archers and a skeleton in a dark robe, weaving his hands together and summoning a dark miasma of flame as that he prepares to fling at the divine barriers.
Oh damn. Alright, so I'm gonna slide back down the ladder and I'm gonna inform these guys and the children of what the situation is up there. And maybe suggest we go back the way we came. What do you guys think? Rubens and Makoto.
Well,
Or could you use detect magic, Makoto, on the wizardly guy?
I mean, if he's doing magic, do we not think he's got magic?
Yeah, but can you not detect what kind?
Okay, can you give me a description really quickly of what he's doing again?
He was summoning like this black sort of mystical stuff to attack the holy barriers protecting the temple.
Okay. What's in the temple? I'm pretty sure we all heard about this earlier. Let's take a minute. Back when we were in the temple, there was something that people were trying to get at. Remember the footprints and stuff that we saw? And
The secret alcove and the piece of a divine artifact that Rubus took.
Mm-hmm.
And is now nestled inside of his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that was there.
Mm-hmm.
So did I. Black flames, that was it. Scary, thank you.
So, in my opinion,
It's not just... Sorry, go on.
Is it not that this person is potentially thinking that that artifact is
Oh
still in there?
yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, possibly.
That light bulb is really bright when it comes on, Cookie. It's really cute.
I got a spell for that too, if you like.
What, a light bulb?
Yeah, we can create a light source.
There's also men or skeletons wielding swords, war hammers, and leather armor out there with him. So
I'm gonna suggest that this guy is into his necromancy, something hefty. This looks like necromancy, in my opinion. I don't think I have to use detect magic to tell you he's a necromancer.
The guy in robes is also a skeleton.
Okay. Not wearing a wig?
This one is not wearing a wig.
I mean, if you want me to throw detect magic, I can, but...
if you don't need to, then.
Last I checked, my detect magic is literally to detect if magic is there. And detect when there's a magical, like, item. If there's a magical item in the room, I can focus that kind of a thing. Be like, oh, is there any magical items in the room and whatnot? But I don't think it's, like, what kind of magic is there. However, I can do a... I can do a... occultism roll if you want.
That could work. That could work.
Okay.
Okay. 16. Do I have any knowledge given to me?
About skeletons with black flames.
You just have the general, feeling that this is a, longer taking, almost ritual spell that, given enough time, will be able to produce a blast powerful enough to take down this divine power.
Okay.
It will take a while. You don't know how long he's been doing it so far. If you got closer, managed to kind of listen to the words, maybe you'd get a vibe for the tempo and figure it out with a higher roll. But from just what you've been told, he's taken his time to do one big shot. And probably can't afford to be particularly distracted.
But he's got lots of bodyguards around him, so...
Yeah. Essentially, Gertrude, you have grasped the situation.
What?
For the first time ever, I'm not running in there. I'm like, well...
What? It takes one good shot. I'll let you know, Gilly. None of us are that good. My question is, what if we leave and create a distraction, like a situation.
I'm good at doing that.
Like distract him from, because one, do we really want him destroying the temple? And what happens when he destroys the temple? What's gonna happen then when he realizes what's inside Rubus is no longer in this temple?
He's gonna start hunting us.
Oh, he's gonna start hunting and hurting the town. So if we could potentially ruin, I don't know how we're supposed to do this, but I want to save the town and I want to stop him from being an ass.
Okay, well, I do have the skill of lengthy diversion, so what do you suggest I do to create that diversion? What do you want me to do?
Um,
I'll read it to you now. Lengthy diversion says when you. Oh wait, what? I haven't. When you critically succeed on creating a diversion, you remain hidden after the end of your turn.
yeah,
I'll
so if
let
you
that
went
read.
and created a diversion, you could then potentially hide afterwards.
Yeah.
And then
So,
run back
like,
to the sewers, maybe.
you know, knock over a cart so the barrels roll down the street and dart off the other direction or something.
Gertrude, what was by the grate that you were peering out of?
I don't see much. Just see them. What was in the town?
Yeah. Like,
It's
it's kind
underneath
of
a
a
grate. Yeah.
broad street up into the temple district. The skeletons kind of focused around the one temple that you entered previously. The
And how
doors
far
and
away
such are
from
all
the grate
shuttered.
are they?
Probably like 50 feet or so,
Oh, so easily enough for me to sneak around.
potentially.
What are you guys thinking? What do you want me to do? Sneak out the grate and do what?
How good is your sneaking, Gertrude?
We're about to find out.
Big
What
issue is like, okay, so I don't know where everybody's supposed to be being evacuated to. Normally, you have a town crier or somebody who's been like, get to the castle, or
He's probably
let's
dead by now.
get to the street, this, or let's go, leave, just whatever, kind of thing. So you kind of have a general knowledge of where people are going. My big concern is in a situation like this, where you don't have anybody doing that, most people would get to a
Come to the
church,
temple, yeah. And they're
right?
all gonna come
So
here.
how many people are gonna get fucked up by this guy?
Yeah.
Everyone.
And how many people are gonna get fucked up by him when he realizes that this isn't in here? Because right now he's focused on the temple. He could destroy the temple. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how we're supposed to evacuate people. I'd rather say I'm really big on saving towns because I don't like war. My whole family died in a war. I don't like it.
Not
where we
a
are now.
fan.
What items do we have around us? I've got flint and steel on me. How do we create an explosion or something?
2 questions. How long is it going to take him to cast this spell?
We don't know. He already said that.
Okay.
He's been there some time already, so we don't know how far
You
into
don't
it.
know how long he's been casting it already, and Makoto doesn't have first-hand knowledge of like how
On the spell, he
the
said.
tempo of the cast. So if you got closer or got a better look, you might be able to get a better vibe on it.
And he's sort of 50 feet away.
Yeah, facing away from the
Surrounded by
grate
how
that you
many
are
people?
A lot.
breaking out of.
All fully armed.
Yeah, he's got 5 archers and 20 melee skeletons with him.
All with leather armor and swords.
Okay. Maybe the better option then would be just to sacrifice the town, aka get as many people out as possible. But I don't even know where you go from there because it's not like we have a map that tells us all the surrounding areas. So, what do we do? You guys make this decision because I don't know what to do in this one. This is not my forte.
Gertrude, again,
Mm.
how proficient are you at sneaking?
It's one of my main skills. I'm a thief. So my stealth, my character, where would it tell me on the stats? My proficiency on stealth is E7.
7, okay.
I got a mod of 3 and the actual skill itself is 10. Like the level of the skill. So stealth and thievery are my highest. They are that's what they are my skills. So we should be alright if you want me to do something. And if I get caught,
Scary.
I'll turn into a spider. What do you reckon, chat? Yeah, scary. Gilly, what do you want me to do?
No, scary. I'm not thinking about the jar of evil yet. I already thought about that once, and Moogle gave me a really bad look.
If you want to,
Makoto.
if you want to do the jar of evil, you do the jar of evil. But
I was going to do the jar of evil back at the dock, slightly further away from everybody in the
Why?
town.
It's alright.
Because the big bad guy was there.
Well, the big bad guy's here.
He's not the big bad guy. The big bad guy was at the boat.
No, this is the bigger bag, that guy.
Or
This is a different bad guy of
I am
indeterminate
going to
size.
break off some small twigs and foliage.
You
I'm
throwing
going
across the bush.
I'm going to wrap it up in basically a piece of my bedroll.
Is it a jar of all that thing? Let me sneak it somewhere, put it down
I'm
and
going
open
to
it.
hand it to Gertrude, who
Let's
supposedly
go.
has the best sneaking,
Yeah, let's go.
Stealthy boy.
and tell him to throw the fucking thing whilst it's on fire.
How about I climb out the grate, sneak,
The
get a
guy
bit...
with the fucking cape and the black flames.
Uh-huh.
Try to set his cape on fire as a distraction.
Okay, so yeah, so hand me that, and how about I use stealth to climb out the grate and get a little bit closer. Maybe get like what, 10 feet closer,
I'm so nervous.
15 feet closer, and then I'll ignite it and throw. I'll use lengthy diversion, so I'll throw it, yeah, and then I'm still hidden, and then I'll quickly run back to the grate and get back in the grate, and hopefully it'll thingy, and it'll distract him enough to be like,
This
what the fuck
does
is that?
sound like an actual plan.
Let's go. Should we do it?
I have a
I'm
Honestly
down.
impressed.
I
I'm
have
ready to
rope in
go.
my
See this one coming.
I have rope in my backpack. How long is this rope?
I've got rope as well. We want to
It's
back
half
in?
a foot of rope.
Half a foot of rope. That's not very long at all.
No,
What?
it's 50 feet of rope.
Cool. I'm gonna ask Gertrude for his rope.
Yeah,
We're gonna tie the ropes together.
yeah.
Nice strong sailor's knot, and we're gonna tie it round Gertrude.
So if anything goes wrong, you can pull me back.
Yes. I need a
Like,
safe word.
How long do you expect it to go? No,
I have no
Continue.
idea. This is Gertrude and sneaking. Like,
Gertrude's incredibly sneaky. Show
do
him,
you remember
Gertrude.
the whole mammoth elephant thing?
I remember. I remember that very vividly.
It's like 2 levels ago.
You are right that anything is flammable if you try hard enough. So, you know.
Does this work for you too?
it definitely does. Let's go. Right, here's my stealth check.
I'm done.
Makoto, do you have any spells or anything to help make this flammable in any way, shape, or form? Or like
You got anything to aid me as well? Make me more,
nice
you know,
big explosion? Anything in your backpacks, guys?
flint and steel. I told you I got
that's
flint
what
and
you're gonna
steel.
use to set fire to the bloody thing, innit?
Yeah, obviously. So we've got the rope. Yeah, we've got that.
And
Alright.
we squeeze Rubus for some flammable resin and use the poppet to run. Ah, that could have worked.
Why is everyone like throwing my poppet up
Because the
out there?
poppet's small. It's it's discreet.
I'm trying to find my Pathfinder app because in there I have a description that I know I haven't gotten a chance to put on here. Where's my load that? I just want to just load it. Open. Where is my puppet?
I mean, it's extremely
My
small, yeah.
puppet has As a no, never mind. That's just so that she can swallow fire. Don't worry about it. She
Then
swallows
me,
it.
honestly, I think I'll be good. I'll turn into a spider.
Why are you casting spells for me?
I'm not.
Put the
You'll turn into a spider, Gertrude. Go for
yeah,
it.
turn into a
Aren't
spider
you?
out of the
Aren't you
gate.
in spider form huge?
Yeah, he's the same size.
I'm the same size I am now, yeah, but I'm faster on the spider and I can move around things and
Okay.
more quiet, you know.
You know
So-
what I find extra funny, Cookie? I have candles. You didn't have to take any of your parts off of yourself, but that's cool.
Why didn't you get involved with the plan?
I was trying to listen to the plan while you were just
Oh,
undoing everything, but you go right on ahead, Rubus. Tear yourself to
actually,
shreds.
I
It's
think
fine.
I
I
have a
think
question for Zox, considering he's messed with my sheet and he's cast a spell.
I'm not touching anything. So
You did. I see it. Show it right there. I didn't
can't.
cast that.
Can't.
I would like that spell back, thank you.
Who does it say you cast that? It doesn't say Gareth cast that. So,
Use on my sheet. I know that because it resets my sheet when you jump on there.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm not touching anything.
I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you know. I like the
my
plan. I
plan.
think it.
And we squeeze Rubus for some flammable resin and use the poppet to run it at the enemy and put it next to him. So when the rope is lit, it explodes and stops the guy casting the spell, but also saves the poppet.
Like
Do
a
that.
rope. A rope isn't necessarily a fuse.
No, but the rope's not for a fuse. The rope is just a, you know.
Pull the pocket back.
Anyway, what are you guys doing?
Gertrude.
Make a decision.
We're running out of time here, guys.
Do what you're doing. Do your thing. Get in there.
All right, Gertrude, get in there. We're gonna tie the rope around Gertrude,
Alright,
and I hope you survive.
okay,
Do
so
you have a knot tying skill, Rubus?
I mean, I'm like 100 years old, yeah.
yeah, you can weave sticks and shit around it, can't you? And
Yeah, you
there's,
tie a knot round Gertrude.
there's my stealth check to climb out the grate.
Alright. So you sneak out of the grate.
And then I do lengthy diversion. And now I'm gonna lob the
Why are we
fire
rolling?
thing at him. I don't know. Do I
'Cause-
fire turn it?
There's perception checks to try and beat stealth checks.
But
No.
why is it coming up as me rolling it?
No, you're not rolling.
No
me, I am.
reason.
And then I'm gonna throw the thing at it. So that's another stealth check, I guess. Oh no, well I used that, so that I'm gonna throw it at it, and then I'm remaining hidden anyway. And I'm gonna stealthily go back into the grate. There you go. Boom, done.
Okay.
How much did we hit him by?
So roll me a dexterity throw to throw.
What, this one?
Dexterity, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do the right one?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you send the bottle flying, and it crashes at the feet of this guy, setting the bottom of his robes alight.
Boom. Lovely. And now I'm running back to the grate. I'm back under the grate.
Okay, sweet. So you deal a D4 of fire damage.
Nice. And distracted him, I guess. So he's spell stopped.
1 moment. No, unfortunately, he manages to continue casting. The skeletons around him notice the flames and quickly begin stomping on the hem of his robes to put it out. So they use their actions to put out the flames before another round of damage can occur and further attempt to throw off his concentration.
And what happened with the jar of evil inside once it was on
I
the flames?
didn't throw that. I didn't throw that. I didn't
No,
give
I
that to you.
did. What did you give me?
You don't have. I gave you flammable stuffs.
Oh, never mind. I thought
We
you
set
gave
him
me
on
that.
fire.
Right,
I'll
here's
put
my
you-
question. What do you think our rate of survivability is, guys, if we get attacked by them somehow?
0. It's
I
20.
mean, you could do some damage. I got a couple of AoEs I could
Can we
do.
tell how many there actually are?
There's 20 swordsmen, 5 archers, and the mage himself.
Right, okay. Alright, so I think in this situation, let's try and leave and get as many people out as possible.
I'm down. I don't want to fight them.
Okay.
Cool.
Right,
Okay.
back that away then. It failed.
Go back
I
in the
guess.
docks, I guess.
So you guys head off through the sewers.
Orphans in tow.
Orphans in tow.
Thank you.
Yep.
And finger.
Every part of them.
Okay.
We come back out here.
What do we see in the streets?
It's back where we was, isn't it? So a few
Uh,
dead skeletons, piles
You
of shit.
see, kind of, dockwards is the approaching force of quite a few armed skeletons, maybe 50 or so. And you see, like, several civilians kind of running through the streets, like, dozens. Most of these seem to be heading north towards the city gates.
I'm starting to wonder if Zox is trying to push Cookie into opening the damn jar.
I'm not opening the damn jar.
Why?
I remembered what was in the jar.
I'm not trying to push any one solution to what's happening here.
Okay, do we see any townspeople running around anymore?
Yeah, you see dozens of townspeople. There seem to be pretty much all of them are streaming north now towards the city gates.
Okay. And that's also where the skeletons are going.
So the skeletons are coming up from the south, from the cliffside, and the first reaches of like the main army seem to be just breaching over the stairs now.
Okay. I guess everybody's leaving the city anyway, so we might as well just go that way. Just go.
Go with the crowd and just leave the city.
Orphans in tow.
Yes.
Orphans in tow.
As you begin making your way out, you see in the sky above a large, handsome, pale face forms. He says, "Welcome, citizens of the Empire Eternal. Prostrate yourself before my servants, and you shall join and live a life of prosperity and happiness. Your ills will be healed, and toil will be taken care of by my untiring servants. Those who resist our gentle rule shall be flagellated quickly."
Sounds kinky. No, come on, children. Let's not listen to the usurper in the sky. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No.
So you begin to kind of head along to the north of the city, making your way through the streets that are kind of clogged with refugees that are all trying to take the same escape route as you. After a little while of this, you see one of the lights, a shining, glimmering, greenish golden glow from the temple district, shatters into kind of thousands of pieces before vanishing. Shortly afterwards, you hear a couple of loud booms and flashes of darkness and golden green light as, presumably, the priestess of the temple uses holy magic to defend the sacred grounds.
I still feel like we should have done more there.
What, you think we should have done more at the temple?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go back?
Oh my gosh.
No, it's
Oh.
too late now.
The battle's ongoing. You could probably get there in time if you hurried back across the city. You know.
not?
Fair enough. You continue out, and you see the city gates approaching. The gates themselves are currently open, and you see like members of the city guard kind of pooling around the gates. Three kind of guardsmen with long spears, and they're kind of urging citizens through, saying like, "Follow the road northwest. Evacuate. Tell the villagers on the way that they need to evacuate. We need the king's army down here."
Where were you at the beginning of the town?
A
We
large,
hours ago.
a reasonably large amount of guardsmen you did see at the very start heading towards the stairs to try and guard the chokehold against people. I did mention it multiple times.
Was anybody shouting and being like, "Northeast"? Like, no, we did not. We did not get the shouting.
Well, the time from "we've got to defend the city" to "evacuate civilians, we're losing the city" was not very long. It was about when the coalition of guardsmen that were doing a decent job of holding the narrow choke points of the cliffside stairs were destroyed by boulders thrown by the undead kraken in the bay. That really fucked their chances.
Yeah. Ruinous things for a while. Cool. Right. So we're all going northeast.
Yeah.
Cool.
You make your way out this trail of the lost and the homeless refugees of Belophonics, who some have grabbed various items that they could, some very little. You see a trail of about 100 people or so making their way down the roads, with more coming from the city, until the trickle starts to slow. Yeah, you leave the city, heading northeast, following along this trail of refugees, on to the next village or town, in the hopes of eventually reaching a city where the army can be contacted, or possibly your own hopes for whatever further adventures you want to have. Perhaps further away from the King of Death. Who knows? Maybe closer. Depends how much of a grudge you guys have. I don't know.
The Earththumper in the sky.
I think we should go and use the jar of evil on him.
Oh my lord.
What's in there again? I mean, look, it's an evil thing, right? Yeah, evil, but evil.
Stuff.
Yeah, the bad stuff, we're going to give the town to the bad guys anyway, so let's not use the bad guys to take out the bad guys.
So, one thing that Makoto at least would 100% know is that, like, incredibly powerful necromancer does not need to be directly there to be giving commands, and the King of Death in particular is known for investing various undead mages with kind of slivers of command. Death being generally, one of the big weaknesses of the undead is they struggle to grow in any meaningful way, meaning undead mages are usually about as powerful as they were when living. So his pool of that is limited in that way. Still large, because he's been doing this for a long time, but limited.
Yeah, no, maybe we were right there. Maybe we should have just left.
Yeah.
Sounds like we would have died.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It wouldn't have been good. It would not have been good.
So what's the next town we come across then? Do we spread the word of what happened and try and summon the King's Men?
You walk under the shadow of this cloud until it starts to recede into the early evening. It'll be late into the night by the time you guys get to the next town, like 1 a.m. or so. And you come across this small town, which is rapidly woken up and overwhelmed. And the townspeople, they begin the process of either arguing against leaving or packing up what they own, packing up and bringing in food and anything stored that they can use as they move on towards the capital city of this land and make their way to, rouse the nobles and the king into action. And that is about where I would call it for a day. So you guys have reached a place of relative safety where you can take a
long rest.
Long rest, and from your intense actions of the last few days, feel yourselves having learned a decent deal. Makoto having observed several potent forms of necromancy and other magic, Rubus having dwelt on the inner workings of the divine gift that his patron goddess has given him, and Gertrude just sneaking around and stabbing people. You've all received 1 level.
Hey.
With a commensurate increase in spell and sword power as that goes. So don't forget to update your characters in such a way.
Well, we land level 4, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I added anything on level 3. Kirk, I might need your help with this, like, tomorrow or something.
Yeah, we can sit down tomorrow or Saturday.
When you're free, yeah. Oh. She's got the kids on Saturday, so if you're free in the day, we can maybe do that. Go some BG3 or something.
Yeah.
You...
I know Saturday night I'm busy because I'm going to the pub.
Cool.
He's got
I meant more daytime.
Yeah, daytime. I'm sure we can sort something out depending on what Moogle and the kids are doing.
We.
You
got a boy date, yeah?
Football game that's an away game.
And
depending on whether I might just take, what, to PARK. I don't know why I'm saying it like there's a child listening, but.
I mean.
So, 2 little things. You maybe could have sniped that guy. He was reasonably tough. I don't know how that fight particularly would have gone, but I feel like a snipe him and run away could have maybe worked. I don't know. But in general, you made a lot of very good decisions here, and I saw some real good planning. Rubus, you've got a very powerful anti-undead AoE that hits.
Yes, I'm aware of that, and I was thinking about that at the time.
Good.
But then I was also thinking about the fact I only have 3 left.
It has been mentioned a couple of times, though.
But that was my problem.
I'm just making sure, because you stress you're aware of it, but you are known for forgetting things.
No, actually, I had already thought and contemplated about that, and if I had more healing, like if I had more spells available, then I probably would have gone with it, because doing it as the AoE uses all 3 of my actions on each turn.
Which means you can't run away afterwards or anything.
Exactly. There's no reaction or running away.
But we could have tied the rope around.
It's understandable. I just like to make sure you're thinking about it. You could have tied the rope around Rubus! Sent him in as a grenade! Everyone watch out for the exploding tree! I saw some real good planning, and you guys did some good fighting. Good taking out of some guys, closing to melee with some ranged boys. I know that goes against Makoto's instincts a little bit. Yeah, I had some fun this day. This is a good session. I hope everyone else enjoyed it, and we'll meet back up again in 2 weeks for a little interlude, where we will be playing a slightly different game that I will send you all character sheets for. Don't worry, it's fairly simple.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so, other than that, I have bed to get to, but I've had so much fun with all of you, my friends, and I look forward to the next time.
Thank you,
Me
Scary.
too.
And all of you, my lovely friends in the audience, Scary and Gilly.
And Superman.
Yeah, you've all done very, very well today, and you all level up as well. Let's look for anyone playing tabletop games of some kind. And give them a read. Not this French guy. The French.
Oh my lord, you can't say that.
What? Why not?
We're on Twitch.
Can't say what.
Nice. Not
Can't
this French
complain
guy.
about the French, apparently.
All right, yeah.
It's a British thing. I don't get it, but hey ho.
Alright, it's a mutual feeling. I think the French don't like us anyway, so it's fine.
Look, the issue is, a long time ago, some Vikings settled in France, and then they took over England. And since then, the French Vikings in England and the French in France have not got along, and they, just have hated each other. Like they've had wars that have lasted over 100 years. Like,
Yeah.
do you know how long that
Matilda.
is to commit to sailing across the ocean to stab people? That's a long.
Change starts with us, people. Just remember that.
That's like
We're reading Scully.
my dad goes
Alive?
across the ocean to stab the French, and then his dad, and then his dad. That's a crazy amount of time to sail across an ocean. Anyway, we'll click on this raid. Goodbye, everyone. It's been so much fun. I'll see you guys next time.
Night, guys.
Alright, sweet. Raid in motion.